There is a strange paradox of the sleepless mind. A single moment, perhaps no longer than a few seconds from your day, can somehow expand to fill the vast, quiet hours of the night. A few words you said, a brief silence that felt too long, a clumsy phrase. It becomes a tiny, sharp stone in your shoe, impossible to ignore. And so the mind, in its loyalty, plays it back, again and again. A loop of sound and feeling, a ghost in the machine. It feels like a torment, but tonight, let's wonder if it is something else entirely. What if it is not an enemy, but simply a story that is asking to be heard, a vibration that is seeking a place to rest? What if this echo in the quiet room is not a judgment, but an invitation? An invitation to learn the gentle art of letting go. As you settle here, in this moment, become aware that you are not alone in this feeling. Across the world, as the planet turns silently in the dark, others are listening too. Someone is nestled in a city apartment, the distant hum of traffic a soft lullaby. Someone else is in the deep quiet of the countryside, with only the sound of the wind in the trees outside their window. For some, it is the middle of the night, the deepest point of stillness. For others, the first light of dawn is just beginning to soften the edges of the sky, and sleep has not yet come. We are all here, in our own quiet spaces, sharing this universal human experience. The desire for peace, the longing for the mind to gently, finally settle down. There is a soft and invisible thread connecting us all in this shared intention. The central question for our journey together tonight is a gentle one. What would it feel like to stop fighting this memory? To stop pushing it away, or trying to argue with it, or burying it under 100 other thoughts? What if, just for now, we could simply allow it to be here, holding it not with a clenched fist of regret, but with the open, curious palm of a naturalist observing a strange and delicate creature? By the time our journey is complete, you will have found a way to soften the edges of this story, to release its emotional weight, and to uncover the profound stillness that has been waiting for you just beneath the surface of the noise. You will have given your mind permission to rest. So let us begin, not with the mind, but with the body. The body is our anchor to the present, the wise and patient vessel that will carry us into stillness. Find the position that feels most like a homecoming for you right now. Perhaps on your back, feeling the full support of the surface beneath you. Perhaps on your side, curled in a posture of safety and ease. There's no right or wrong way to be. Simply allow your body to choose its own comfort. Let your arms and legs fall where they may, releasing any need to hold them in a particular way. Let your hands be open or gently resting on your body, feeling the subtle rise and fall of your own breath. Take a moment to adjust the blankets, the pillows, to create a nest of perfect support. This is your time. This space is entirely for you. Now, bring your awareness to the points of contact. Feel the gentle, solid pressure of the mattress against your back, your legs, your shoulders. Feel the weight of your head resting completely on the pillow, letting go of the need to hold it up. It is being held for you. You can release the muscles in your neck and jaw, allowing a softness to spread across your face. Notice the feeling of the air on your skin, its temperature, the subtle currents in the room. Notice the weight of the blanket upon you, not as a restriction, but as a gentle, grounding presence, a reassurance, a hug. You are safe. You are here. You are supported. Let gravity have you. Feel your whole body growing heavier, sinking down into a state of profound rest. With each passing moment, you are letting go of a little more tension, a little more of the day's holding patterns. The shoulders, which carry so much of our striving and our worry, can now soften and release. The hips can unclench. The feet can go limp. There is absolutely nothing for you to do right now. No one to be, nowhere to go. Your only task is to receive this comfort, to allow this stillness to find you. The outside world, with all its demands and expectations, can fade away. It will all be there for you tomorrow, but it has no place here, in this sanctuary of rest you are creating for yourself. And now, notice your breath. Don't try to change it or control it in any way. Just observe it. The simple, miraculous rhythm of air entering your body and the gentle release as it leaves. Each breath is a quiet wave, washing in and washing out. With every inhale, you can imagine drawing in a sense of calm and peace from the quiet room around you. And with every exhale, you can feel a gentle letting go. Letting go of physical tension. Letting go of the day that is now behind you. Letting go of any effort. This breath has been with you your entire life, a steady and faithful companion. Tonight, let it be your guide. Let its simple, honest rhythm be the only thing that matters. Inhale peace. Exhale noise. Inhale stillness. Exhale the need to figure anything out. You have arrived. You are ready to begin. In this quiet space you have created, this sanctuary of physical stillness, something interesting can happen. When the body becomes truly calm, the mind feels safe enough to reveal what it has been holding. And so, without any force, without any effort on your part, let's just listen. Listen to the quiet room of your inner world. And in that quiet, you may begin to hear it. The echo. That moment from your day, replaying itself, not with the full volume of its original happening, but as a faint and persistent vibration in the stillness. There is no need to push it away. There is no need to invite it closer. For now, simply acknowledge its presence. It is here. It is a thought. It is a memory. And it is okay. Gently now, and only if it feels right, allow the scene to come into focus. See it not as if you are reliving it, but as if you are watching a short film on a distant screen. Notice the details without judgment. The light in the room, the people who are there, the expression on their faces. And then, hear the words. Your words. Hear the tone, the cadence, the shape of the sounds as they left you. And notice what came after. Perhaps there was a moment of silence. Perhaps a quick change of subject. Whatever it was, just observe it as a neutral sequence of events. A thing happened. Then another thing happened. You are the audience, watching this brief and fleeting scene from a place of complete safety, wrapped in the comfort of this present moment. Let the film play once, and then let the screen go dark. You don't need to analyze it or dissect its meaning. The story itself is not what we are interested in right now. What we are interested in is the echo it left behind, the resonance of that moment within your own body. Because every thought, every memory has a physical signature. It is not just an idea. It is an energy that moves through you. And our work tonight is not to change the thought, but to become curious about the feeling. To meet the echo, not with resistance, but with a gentle and open curiosity. This is the first step toward release. So bring your awareness inward, into the landscape of your body. As the memory rests in your mind, where do you feel its trace? Perhaps you notice a warmth spreading across your cheeks and neck, a gentle heat, the ghost of a blush. This is a common and deeply human response. It is just energy, a rush of blood to the surface. There is nothing wrong with it. It is simply a sensation. Can you feel it without needing it to go away? Just noticing the warmth, the tingling, as if you were a scientist observing a natural phenomenon. Now, let your awareness drift down into your chest and your stomach. Is there a tightness there? A subtle clenching around your heart? Or a knot forming deep in your belly? Many of us hold our social anxieties in these places. We might unconsciously hold our breath, creating a feeling of pressure in the chest. We might tense our stomach muscles, bracing for an impact that is already past. See if you can meet this sensation with your breath. You don't need to force it to relax. Simply breathe into it. Imagine your breath as a warm, soothing light, gently surrounding the knot, the tightness. Not to fix it, but simply to be with it, to let it know it has been noticed. The simple act of observation without judgment is profoundly healing. The tightening is just a pattern of muscle tension. It is not you. It is a passing storm in the weather of your body. And what about the mind itself? Can you feel the quality of the echo there? Perhaps it feels like a buzzing, a low-level static that prevents true silence. Or maybe it's a sharp, repeating loop. The same phrase over and over. Again, just notice. This mental activity is also a physical process. It's a pattern of neurons firing. We give it so much meaning. We call it regret, or embarrassment, or shame. But for this moment, let's strip away the labels. It is just a pattern, a vibration, an echo in a quiet room. And this echo, this entire collection of physical sensations, the heat in the cheeks, the knot in the stomach, the buzz in the head, is not a punishment. It is not a sign that you have done something terribly wrong. Consider this. This entire response is a profoundly natural human signal. It is a vibration born from one of our deepest, most ancient needs, the need for connection, for belonging. We are social creatures, wired for community. Our survival for millennia has depended on our ability to maintain harmonious bonds with our tribe. That feeling of unease, that echo of a misspoken word, is a biological alarm system. It's the part of you that is responsible for social cohesion, raising a flag and asking, did that moment create a rift? Did it threaten our connection? Are we still safe within the group? So the heat you feel, the tightness in your chest, is not you being broken. It is the vibration of your deep, beautiful, and innate need to be loved and accepted. It is the echo of your own caring heart. It is a testament to the fact that you value your relationships with others. When we see it this way, the entire experience begins to shift. The echo is not an enemy to be silenced. It is a messenger delivering a very old and very important message about our shared humanity. And tonight, we can thank it for its diligence and then gently help it to understand that in this moment, right now, you are safe. The connection is not broken, and it is time to rest. As we rest here with the physical echo of the memory, let's explore the mechanism behind the mental replay. Why does the mind do this? Why does it grab hold of one small, imperfect moment and refuse to let it go, playing it on a loop as we long for the quiet of sleep? It can feel like a form of self-sabotage, a cruel inner critic determined to keep us awake with a highlight reel of our own awkwardness. But what if we were to reframe this entire process? What if this obsessive replay is not a form of self-torture at all, but a profound, if misguided, act of love? Imagine a part of your mind, an ancient and deeply instinctual part as a loyal guard, a sentinel standing at the gates of your social well-being. This guard's only job, its entire reason for being, is to protect you. It wants to keep you safe, to ensure you are accepted by your tribe, and to prevent you from ever again experiencing the pain of social rejection, which to our ancient brain felt as dangerous as being cast out from the village. This guard is not sophisticated. It doesn't understand nuance or context. It operates on a very simple, primal program. If something causes a sting of social pain, it must be memorized, analyzed, and replayed relentlessly so that a similar mistake is never, ever made again. So when you said that thing today, when that moment of awkwardness occurred, a small alarm bell went off in the guard tower of your mind. The loyal guard snapped to attention. It recorded the event in perfect high-definition detail. The words, the facial expressions, the length of the silence. And now, in the quiet of the night, when there are no other distractions, the guard begins its work. It projects the memory onto the screen of your awareness and says, "Look at this. Remember this? This felt bad. Let's watch it again and again until we are absolutely certain we understand the danger. Let's figure out exactly what went wrong so we can build a stronger defense for tomorrow." The looping thought is not a punishment. It is a training simulation. It's the mind's overzealous, over-caffeinated attempt to prepare you for the future. It has your best interests at heart. Its intention is pure protection. The problem is, its methods are outdated, and in this context, deeply unhelpful. It's like using a sledgehammer to crack a nut. The tool is too powerful for the task, and the result is more distress, not more safety. The guard doesn't realize that replaying the memory only amplifies the feeling of shame and keeps your nervous system in a state of alert, making sleep impossible. It believes it is helping you survive, when in reality, it is only stealing your peace. And so, the beginning of transformation, the first step toward letting go, is not to fight the guard. It is not to yell at it to be quiet, or to try and wrestle the projector out of its hands. This only creates an inner conflict, a struggle that generates more noise and more tension. The moment we fight a thought, we give it strength. We signal to the guard that the threat is real, and it redoubles its efforts to protect us. Instead, the path to peace is to change our relationship to this protective part of ourselves, to turn toward it not with frustration, but with understanding and compassion. Let's try this now, in the quiet of your own mind. You can picture this loyal guard. Maybe it's a stern-looking soldier, or a frantic, worried librarian, or just a formless energy of vigilance. Whatever image comes to you is perfect. And now, from this place of calm awareness, you can offer it a message. You don't even have to say the words out loud. You can just think them with an attitude of kindness. You can say something like, "Thank you. I see you. I know you are trying to protect me." Feel the shift that happens when you do this. You are no longer at war with your own mind. You have moved from a position of conflict to one of compassionate observation. You can continue the conversation. I understand that you replaying this memory is your way of trying to keep me safe from future pain. I appreciate your loyalty and your diligence. You are very good at your job. But right now, your method is causing me distress. It is keeping me from the rest I need. We are safe. That moment has passed. The danger is over. You can stand down now. You can put down your weapon. Your watch is over for tonight. Imagine this message being received. Imagine the stern shoulders of the guard beginning to relax. Imagine the frantic energy beginning to calm. You are not dismissing it or invalidating its concern. You are acknowledging its positive intention and then gently redirecting it. You are becoming the wise and compassionate leader of your own inner world. This is a profound shift. We are moving from being the victim of our thoughts to being the conscious, caring witness of them. The looping memory is no longer an enemy to be vanquished. It is a misguided friend, a loyal but anxious servant who simply needs to be reassured that all is well. By acknowledging it with gratitude, we dissolve its power. We take the fuel out of its engine. The thought may not disappear instantly, but its emotional charge begins to fade. It becomes less like an urgent blaring alarm and more like a distant radio playing in another room. Its message has been received, its intention has been honored, and it no longer needs to shout to be heard. You have begun the beautiful process of befriending your own mind, and in that friendship, you will find the deep and lasting peace you seek. Now that we have befriended the loyal guard of the mind, acknowledging its protective intention, we can begin to gently shift our perspective. The guard's mistake is one of scale. It has taken one small moment and magnified it until it fills the entire screen of our awareness, making it seem monumentally important. Our next step on this journey of release is to place that moment back into its true and proper context, to see it not as the entire story of your day, but as a single word on a single page of a very long book. Let's use the image of a river. Imagine your day, from the moment you woke up this morning until the moment you lay down here to rest, as a long, wide, continuously flowing river. This is the river of time, your personal stream of consciousness and experience for the past 12 or 16 or 18 hours. Take a moment to visualize it. See its gentle current, the way the light plays on its surface. This river is vast and filled with thousands upon thousands of distinct moments. It is a rich and complex tapestry of your existence. Let's dip into this river for a moment. Think about the very beginning of your day, the feeling of waking up, the first thoughts that entered your mind, the simple, automatic actions of getting out of bed. These were moments, each one a drop of water in the river. Think about the taste of your first drink, whether it was water or coffee or tea. That sensation, that taste, was a moment. The feeling of the water in the shower, the texture of the clothes you chose to wear, the sight of the sky through your window. All of these were moments, countless tiny experiences flowing one into the next, creating the substance of your day. Each one was real. Each one was a part of your story. Continue to let your awareness drift along this river. Think of the conversations you had, not just the one that is troubling you, but all of them. The brief "good morning" to a family member or a pet. The functional exchange with a colleague or a shopkeeper. The lighthearted chat with a friend. Thousands of words were spoken by you and to you today. Think of all the nonverbal moments, the smiles, the nods, the shared glances. Think of the tasks you completed, the information you processed, the decisions you made, big and small. The journey to work, the food you ate for lunch, the music you heard, the physical sensations of walking, sitting, standing. Your day was a cascade of these moments, a torrent of sensory input and internal responses, all flowing together in one continuous stream. Now, within this vast, flowing, complex river of your day, where is that one thing you said? Where is that single, awkward moment? See if you can locate it, and when you do, see it for what it truly is. One single droplet of water. It is one drop in a river that contains millions of other drops. When you hold it up close, when you isolate it and stare at it, it seems huge and significant. But when you place it back into the immense flow of the entire river of your day, it begins to find its proper size. It is small. It is fleeting. It is just one tiny part of a much, much larger whole. Look at your droplet. It has a color, a texture. It holds the energy of that moment. But now, watch what happens in the river. The current of time does not stop. The river keeps flowing, relentlessly, peacefully, moving ever onward. The moment after your droplet entered the river, 1,000 other droplets followed immediately. A new thought, a different sensation, someone else speaking. The river flowed on. The moment that feels so stuck in your mind was, in reality, instantly washed downstream by the next moment, and the next, and the next. The significance that we give to this one droplet is a choice. The mind's loyal guard plucks it out of the current, holds it up to the light, and declares it to be the most important drop of the entire day. But we have the power to gently disagree. We can say, "Thank you for pointing that one out, but look at the rest of this beautiful, powerful river. Look at all the other moments, the moments of kindness, the moments of quiet competence, the moments of simple presence, the moments of laughter. Your day was not defined by that one drop. Your day was the entire river. Your worth is not contained in that one drop. Your worth is the entire river." Feel the truth of this. The river of time is always moving. As you are lying here, breathing, the current is flowing. The droplet that represents that memory is already further downstream than it was a moment ago. With every tick of the clock, it is carried further and further away from you. Its shape is beginning to blur. Its colors are starting to blend with the water around it. Its significance is diminishing with every passing second, diluted by the vast volume of life itself. You do not have to push it away. The natural flow of time is already doing that for you. Your only task is to stop swimming against the current. Stop trying to paddle back upstream to retrieve that one droplet. Let it go. Let the river carry it. Let it dissolve back into the hole from which it came. Rest on the riverbank and just watch it all flow by. You are the observer, and the river of your life is beautiful and vast, and it is already moving on. Having placed the memory into the vast river of your day, seeing it as just one small droplet in a flowing current, we can now move even closer. This might seem counterintuitive. If we want to let something go, why would we move toward it? But true release doesn't come from pushing something away. It comes from changing our relationship to it. It comes from learning how to hold it differently. We often hold on to painful memories with a clenched fist of shame, regret, and resistance. This clenching is what gives the memory its power and its painful, sharp edges. Tonight, we will practice a different way. We will learn to hold this memory lightly, with an open hand of gentle, compassionate curiosity. Let's begin a guided visualization. There is nothing you need to force. Simply allow the images and feelings to arise as they will. Imagine that you can gently reach into the river of your mind and retrieve that one droplet, that one moment. As you bring it out of the water, imagine it solidifying in your hands. It is no longer just a thought or a feeling. It has taken on a form. Perhaps it looks like a small, smooth stone, heavy with the weight of your regret. Or maybe it appears as a frightened, fluttering bird, its wings beating with the frantic energy of your anxiety. It could even be a shard of colored glass, beautiful, but with sharp edges that you are afraid to touch. Whatever form it takes in your mind's eye is perfect. Just allow it to be what it is. Now, imagine you are cupping this object gently in the palms of your two hands. Hold it out in front of you. This is the core process of detachment. You are no longer enmeshed with the memory. You are now the observer of the memory. It is not you. It is something you are holding. This small shift in perspective is profound. It creates a space between you, the calm and compassionate witness, and the object of your distress. In this space, you can breathe. In this space, you can find peace. Look at the object in your hands. Observe it with the gentle, non-judgmental curiosity of a scientist or an artist. What are its qualities? If it is a stone, notice its color, its texture. Is it warm or cool to the touch? Is it rough or smooth? Notice its weight in your palms. Feel the solid reality of it. You are not judging it as bad or wrong. You are simply noticing its characteristics. If it has appeared as a small bird, watch its frantic movements. See the rapid beat of its wings, the fear in its tiny eyes. Feel its trembling energy against your skin. You are not the bird's panic. You are the calm, steady hands, providing a safe place for it to be, just for a moment. Your stillness can begin to soothe its fear. This is the practice of holding the memory with gentle curiosity instead of shame. Shame makes us want to hide the object, to crush it in our fist, or to throw it away as fast as possible. But curiosity allows us to just look, to be with it. And when we look without judgment, something magical begins to happen. The object itself begins to change. As you hold the stone with gentle acceptance, you might notice its heavy, dense quality begins to feel a little lighter. As you provide a safe space for the frightened bird, you might see its wings begin to slow down. Its frantic energy starts to subside, soothed by your compassionate presence. The sharp edges of the glass shard might seem to soften and blur, becoming less threatening. Now, let's practice loosening your grip. For so long, you have been clenching this memory tightly, believing that you had to control it, analyze it, and punish yourself with it. This clenching takes an enormous amount of energy. It creates tension in your jaw, your shoulders, your hands. Let's release that tension. Consciously, in your imagination, begin to open your hands a little more. Uncurl your fingers. Let there be more space around the object. As you loosen your grip, notice the feeling. Does the weight of the memory lessen? Does its frantic energy have more room to dissipate? You are signaling to your entire being that you are no longer at war with this moment. You are not trying to destroy it or deny it. You are simply allowing it to be. And in doing so, you are taking back your power. The memory's power came from your resistance to it. The energy you used to push it away was the very energy that kept it alive and buzzing in your mind. By holding it lightly, by loosening your grip, you cut off its fuel supply. You are letting it run out of steam, naturally and peacefully. Breathe into this image. With each inhale, imagine you are breathing calm, steadying energy into your hands. With each exhale, feel your fingers relaxing even more, your grip becoming even looser. The object is still there, in your open palms, but it no longer has a hold on you. You have a gentle hold on it. This is the difference between being a prisoner of your past and being the curator of your own experiences. You can choose to observe this memory without being consumed by it. You can choose to hold it with a lightness that acknowledges its existence but refuses to grant it any more importance than it deserves. It is just a stone. It is just a bird. It is just a piece of glass. And you are the vast, calm, and compassionate presence holding it all. Keep breathing. Keep your hands open. Feel the weight lifting, moment by moment, as you continue to hold it all, so very lightly. Having learned to hold your own memory lightly, with compassionate curiosity, we can now perform another gentle shift in perspective. So far, our focus has been entirely internal. We have been examining our own thoughts, our own feelings, our own physical sensations. This is essential work, but it can also keep us trapped in a very small, self-centered universe where our awkward moment feels like the center of everything. The next step in letting go is to decenter the experience. It's time to gently shift the mind's camera away from yourself and turn it, with that same compassionate curiosity, toward the other people who were there in that moment with you. Return for a moment to that scene, that short film from your day. But this time, you are not the main character. You are not even in the film. You are simply the director, sitting in a quiet room, observing the footage. Press play and watch the scene unfold. But instead of focusing on yourself and your words, focus entirely on the others. Look at them closely. What were they wearing? What was the expression on their faces a moment before you spoke? What was their posture? What was the general energy in the room? Try to see the scene through their eyes, from their perspective. You said your words, and the moment happened. Now, keep the camera rolling on them. What happened in their minds and bodies immediately after? You have been assuming that their entire focus zeroed in on your mistake, that a giant spotlight illuminated you, and that a collective judgment was passed. But let's consider a far more likely reality. Remember the river of time? Each of them has their own river, a vast, complex, and powerful current of their own thoughts, worries, sensations, and preoccupations, just like you do. Your moment, your single droplet, fell not into a still, quiet pond of their undivided attention, but into the rushing, turbulent river of their own inner lives. Let's imagine what was flowing through their river at that exact moment. One person, while smiling and nodding, might have been completely lost in a thought about a stressful email they needed to send. Their river was filled with anxieties about work deadlines and project outcomes. Your words may have barely registered on the surface before being swept away by the powerful undercurrent of their own professional pressures. Another person in the room might have been feeling a pang of hunger, their mind preoccupied with what they were going to have for dinner. Their river was a sensory one, filled with thoughts of food, grocery lists, and the simple, pressing needs of their own body. Perhaps someone there was worried about a sick child at home. Their river was a torrent of concern and love, every spare ounce of their mental energy focused on a loved one. Your words, your moment of awkwardness, was a tiny twig floating on the surface of their massive emotional flood. It was there for a second, and then it was gone, utterly insignificant compared to the force of their own personal storm. Another person might have been caught up in their own social anxiety, not even truly listening to you because they were busy rehearsing what they were going to say next, terrified of having their own awkward moment. Your droplet fell into a river that was already churning with the exact same fears and insecurities that you are feeling now. This is not to say that they are uncaring or that you are unimportant. It is to say that they are human. Just like you, they are the main character in their own story. They are at the center of their own universe, navigating their own complex inner world. Their attention is a finite and precious resource, and the vast majority of it is, by necessity, directed inward toward their own needs, their own memories, and their own worries. The scientific term for this is the spotlight effect. We consistently and dramatically overestimate how much other people notice our appearance or our actions. We feel as though a brilliant spotlight follows us around, highlighting our every flaw and mistake for all to see. But the reality is, everyone else is too busy standing in their own spotlight to notice ours. Think about it from your own experience. How many clumsy phrases or awkward moments from other people today can you recall right now, in vivid detail? Can you remember a slightly strange thing a colleague said in a meeting this morning? Or the exact wording of an odd comment from the cashier at the grocery store? The answer is likely none, or perhaps only a vague and fleeting impression. You don't remember because you were busy. You were busy living in your own river. Their droplets fell into your current and were instantly swept away, just as yours was in theirs. We are all so gloriously, beautifully, and mercifully preoccupied with ourselves. So, let this realization sink in. Let it be a balm to your worried mind. That moment, which has felt so huge, so monumental in your inner world, was almost certainly a fleeting, insignificant, and now entirely forgotten footnote in theirs. They did not go home and replay your words. They went home and replayed their own. They are lying in their beds right now, and if they are having trouble sleeping, it is because they are worrying about the stupid thing they said. They are obsessing over their own droplets. There is a profound freedom in this. It releases you from the burden of being the center of attention. You can let go of the need to manage their perception of you, because their perception of you is fleeting and filtered through 1,000 layers of their own stuff. The story you have been telling yourself, the story of their judgment and disapproval, is almost certainly a work of fiction, written, produced, and directed entirely by you. And because you wrote it, you can also choose to set it aside. You can let it go, and in its place, embrace the quiet, liberating truth of your own beautiful insignificance in the grand scheme of their inner lives. We have seen that your moment was just a droplet in your own river of time, and an almost invisible one in the rivers of others. Now, let's zoom out even further, beyond your day, beyond the people you were with, and meditate on the universal nature of what you are feeling. That sting of awkwardness, that cringe of regret for a misspoken word, feels intensely personal, unique, and isolating. It feels like a spotlight is shining only on you and your specific failure. But the profound and comforting truth is that this feeling is one of the most shared and common footprints of the human experience. It is not a sign of your deficiency. It is a mark of your membership in the tribe. Imagine, for a moment, a vast and magnificent tapestry. It is immense, stretching out further than the eye can see, woven through all of time and across every culture. This tapestry represents the entirety of human connection and communication. It is woven from every conversation that has ever taken place, every story told, every question asked, every greeting exchanged. From a distance, the tapestry is stunningly beautiful, a masterpiece of shimmering color and intricate design. It represents all the art, the poetry, the declarations of love, the scientific breakthroughs, the profound philosophies, and the simple, comforting words that have bound us together as a species. But now, let's step closer. Let's examine the fabric of this grand tapestry. As you get near, you begin to see that it is not perfect. The weave is not uniform. Woven into this glorious whole are countless threads that are a little bit crooked, a little bit frayed, or tied in a clumsy knot. These are the imperfect threads. These are the awkward silences, the jokes that fell flat, the names forgotten, the compliments that came out wrong. They are the moments of misspeaking, of oversharing, of saying precisely the wrong thing at the wrong time. Every single human who has ever lived has contributed these threads to the tapestry. Not just a few, every single one. Your moment from today, the one that is causing you such distress, is one of those threads. See it now. Find it in the vast expanse of the fabric. It is a tiny, perhaps oddly colored stitch in an ocean of stitches. And look, right next to it is a similar thread from a Roman orator who stumbled over a word in the Forum 2,000 years ago. And next to that is a frayed strand from a medieval baker who made a clumsy joke to a customer. And beside that, a tangled knot from a brilliant scientist who grew flustered and tongue-tied while presenting their world-changing research. The tapestry is filled with these moments. They are woven in by kings and by farmers, by poets and by accountants, by the most confident people you know and the most insecure. That person you admire for their effortless grace, they have woven thousands of these imperfect threads into the fabric. The eloquent speaker who seems to never miss a beat, their section of the tapestry is riddled with knots they tied in private moments of fumbling humanity. The feeling you are experiencing right now has been felt billions of times before. It is being felt by millions of people on the planet at this very second. It is a shared secret, a universal password into the club of being a vulnerable, striving, imperfect human being. When we see it this way, the shame begins to dissolve, and in its place, something else can grow. A sense of connection, of belonging. Your imperfect thread is not a flaw that ruins the tapestry. It is an essential part of its texture, its authenticity, its humanity. A tapestry woven only from perfect, straight, uniform threads would be sterile and lifeless. It would be the work of a machine. The beauty of our shared human story lies in its imperfections. The knots, the frays, and the crooked stitches are what give it character and depth. They are the proof that it was woven by real, living, breathing hands. They are the signs of life, the evidence of our courage to connect with one another, even at the risk of getting it wrong. So feel into this connection. The feeling in your chest is not just your feeling. It is the feeling of your ancestors. It is the feeling of your neighbors. It is the feeling of every person you have ever met. You are not alone in this. You have simply stumbled upon a very old, very well-worn path that countless others have walked before you. There is a deep comfort in this knowledge. It takes the sharp, personal sting out of the experience. It is no longer my shameful mistake. It becomes this human feeling of awkwardness. It is no longer a story about you and your failure. It becomes a story about us and our shared, clumsy, beautiful attempt to reach out to one another across the void. Let this understanding be a wave of relief washing over you. You have not been cast out of the tribe. You have just earned another mark of your belonging. You have simply contributed one more authentic human thread to the magnificent, imperfect tapestry of us all. And this tapestry is not weakened by your thread. It is made stronger, richer, and more honest because of it. It is one more small testament to the truth that we are all just trying our best. And trying our best, with all the fumbles and missteps it entails, is a deeply honorable, deeply beautiful thing. Rest in that shared humanity. Rest in the knowledge that your imperfection is not a bug. It is a feature. It is what makes you, and all of us, so wonderfully, relatably, and completely human. We have journeyed from the echo in the quiet room to the vast, shared tapestry of human imperfection. We have seen that our moment was small, that its impact on others was negligible, and that the feeling it produced is a universal one. Now, we arrive at the heart of the matter, the gentle and transformative act of self-forgiveness. This is often the most difficult step because the loyal guard of our mind can also act as a harsh inner judge, believing that relentless self-criticism is the only way to ensure we never make the same mistake again. But tonight, we will learn a gentler, more effective way. First, let's be clear about what forgiveness is and what it is not. Forgiveness is not about pretending the moment didn't happen. It is not about erasing the memory or trying to convince yourself that what you said was actually brilliant. It is not an act of denial. Rather, forgiveness is an act of release. It is the conscious decision to let go of the emotional charge attached to the memory. The memory itself may remain as a neutral fact. This is a thing that happened, but you are choosing to untie the heavy weights of shame, regret, and self-judgment from it. You are letting the story soften, allowing the painful feeling to drain away, leaving only the quiet data of the past. It's like taking a thorn out of your hand. You don't deny the thorn was there, but you remove it so the wound can heal. To understand how to offer this gift to yourself, consider this. Imagine a close friend, someone you love and respect, called you tomorrow morning. They are distressed. They tell you, word for word, the exact same story you have been replaying in your own mind. They describe saying the exact same thing in the exact same situation. What would your response be? How would you speak to them? Would you say, "You are absolutely right. That was a terrible thing to say. You should feel ashamed of yourself. And I recommend you spend all night thinking about it so you never do it again"? Of course not. The thought is absurd. Your instant, intuitive, and heartfelt response would be one of compassion. You would say, "Oh, please don't worry about that for another second. Everyone says clumsy things. I guarantee you no one else is even thinking about it. You are a good person, and this one tiny moment doesn't change that in the slightest. Let it go. It's really okay." You would offer them grace. You would offer them perspective. You would offer them reassurance and kindness. You would do it instantly and without a second thought, because you see the whole person. You see their goodness, their intelligence, their kind heart, and you know that this one awkward moment is just a tiny, insignificant speck on the vast canvas of who they are. The gift of self-forgiveness is simply about turning this same lens of compassion, this same voice of a loving friend, inward. It is about extending the very same grace to yourself that you would so easily and naturally offer to someone you care about. Right now, in this quiet moment, you can become that friend to yourself. You can place a hand gently on your own heart, feel the warmth, and speak to that part of you that is hurting. You can say, silently or in a soft whisper, "It's okay. You are allowed to be imperfect. You are allowed to be human." Feel the resonance of those words. Let them sink in, not just as an idea, but as a felt truth in your body. This one moment does not define me. My worth is not determined by my eloquence. My value as a person is not diminished by one clumsy phrase. Let's meditate on this idea of definition. We have a tendency to let our most recent mistake define our entire character. If we say something awkward, our inner critic concludes, "I am an awkward person." If we make a mistake, "I am incompetent." But this is a profound cognitive error. You are not the weather of a single moment. You are the entire sky. The sky contains thunderstorms, but it is not the storm. It contains brilliant sunshine, but it is not the sun. It contains clouds and fog and clear blue expanses. It contains it all. You contain moments of grace and moments of clumsiness, moments of wisdom and moments of foolishness, moments of confidence and moments of insecurity. None of these individual moments define you. You are the vast, silent, unchanging awareness that holds all of these experiences. You are the sky. This single moment was just data. It was information. Perhaps it taught you something about a particular social dynamic or about your own state of mind at the time. You can thank it for the data, for the lesson, and then you can let it go. You don't need to keep studying the data all night long. The lesson has been learned. The information has been integrated. Now, it is time for release. Forgiveness is the act of releasing the story that the data proves you are fundamentally flawed. It is embracing the deeper truth that the data was simply a fleeting weather pattern in the vast and beautiful sky of who you are. So breathe in a sense of spaciousness, the spaciousness of the sky. And breathe out the small, tight, restrictive storm cloud of this one memory. You are worthy of this peace. You are worthy of this grace. And you are the only one who can truly give it to yourself. Offer it now. Having offered yourself the profound gift of forgiveness, untying the heavy emotions from the memory, we can now engage in a deeper meditative process to help this release settle into your body and mind. Words and understanding are powerful, but visualization can communicate with the deeper, nonverbal parts of our consciousness, helping to solidify our intention to let go. We are moving from the intellectual to the energetic, from the concept of release to the feeling of it. This practice is designed to wash the mind clean, leaving a state of serene clarity in its wake, perfect for drifting into sleep. Bring your awareness to a place of deep inner calm. Imagine, in your mind's eye, that you are standing on the shore of a perfectly still, perfectly clear lake. It is nighttime, and a full, gentle moon hangs in the dark sky above, casting a soft, silvery light across the water's surface. The air is cool and clean, and the only sound is the gentle lapping of water at your feet. This lake represents your consciousness. For most of the day, it may have been choppy with the winds of thought and activity, but now, in this quiet moment, it has grown calm and placid. Its surface is like a dark, flawless mirror, reflecting the quiet beauty of the moon and the stars. Feel the peace of this place. This stillness is your true nature, always present beneath the turbulent surface of your daily thoughts. Now, bring to mind the words you said, the phrase that has been looping in your mind. See the words themselves as if they were made of light. Don't attach any emotion to them. Just see their shape, the letters, the sentence. And now, with a gentle act of will, imagine yourself writing these words onto the surface of the calm, clear lake. You can use your finger or a soft brush of light. As you write, watch the glowing letters float on the dark water. The phrase sits there, clear and distinct for a moment, held on the surface of your awareness. See it. Acknowledge it one last time. There it is, just a collection of words. And now, watch what happens. The act of writing has created the tiniest of disturbances in the water. A gentle, slow ripple begins to emanate from the first letter you wrote. It spreads outward in a perfect silent circle. Then another ripple begins from the next letter, and the next. Watch as these soft, concentric circles begin to intersect and move through the words. The letters themselves begin to shimmer and lose their hard edges. The straight lines begin to curve and wobble. The perfect shapes start to blur, their light diffusing into the water around them. The process is slow, gentle, and inevitable. You are not forcing it to happen. You are simply witnessing a natural law, like watching sugar dissolve in warm water. The powerful stillness of the lake is effortlessly reabsorbing this small disturbance. Watch as the letters lose their coherence. The word I blurs and melts into the word said. The end of the sentence dissolves into the beginning. It is no longer a legible phrase with a specific, painful meaning. It is now just a beautiful, abstract pattern of shimmering, silvery light, gently undulating on the surface of the water. Stay with this image. Let it mesmerize you. The light becomes softer, dimmer, as it spreads out over a wider and wider area. The patterns become less distinct, fading, melting, dissolving completely into the vastness of the lake. Soon, you can no longer tell where the words once were. The light has been so thoroughly absorbed into the water that the surface of the lake is once again a perfect dark, flawless mirror, reflecting only the calm, steady light of the moon. The words are gone. Their energy has been peacefully assimilated back into the whole. The disturbance has passed, and the natural state of stillness has returned. Now, let's connect this powerful visualization to your breath. Your breath can mimic this very process, carrying the release from your mind into every cell of your body. As you take your next inhale, breathe in the feeling of that calm, clear, moonlit lake. Breathe in its stillness, its vastness, its profound peace. And as you exhale, a long, slow, gentle sigh, imagine you're exhaling the very last remnants of those dissolving words. Let the breath carry away any lingering trace of their energy. Inhale the calm reflection of the moon. Exhale the last shimmering particles of light until the water is clear again. Do this a few more times. Each inhale is a wave of pure, clean peace, washing over your mind. Each exhale is a final release, carrying away the residue of the memory. You are not fighting. You are not struggling. You are participating in a natural process of purification and return to stillness. Feel the quiet that is left behind. The mental space where the looping phrase used to be is now empty, silent, and serene. It is filled with the peace of the moonlit lake. Rest in this quiet. This is the clarity that was waiting for you all along. You didn't need to create it. You only needed to allow the disturbance to dissolve, to let the water find its own level, to let the mind return to its natural state of peaceful, reflective calm. The water is clear again. You are at peace. Having dissolved the words on the waters of your consciousness, let's explore this transformation through another powerful metaphor, one that allows us to take a more active yet equally gentle role in cultivating our inner peace. For this, we will view the mind not as a lake, but as a beautiful, secluded, moonlit garden. This is your own private sanctuary, a place of growth, fragrance, and quiet beauty. Take a moment to imagine it. What does it look like? Perhaps there are soft, mossy paths, silvery flowers that only open at night, and the gentle sound of a small fountain trickling in the center. The air is fragrant with jasmine and honeysuckle. This garden is your inner world, and you are its caring and attentive gardener. For the most part, your garden is healthy and thriving. It is filled with the plants of your wisdom, your kindness, your creativity, and your love. These are the thoughts and qualities you have cultivated over your lifetime. But tonight, as you walk through your moonlit garden, you notice something. In a small but prominent patch of soil, a persistent weed has taken root. This weed is the looping thought, the memory of that awkward moment. Look at it now. See its shape. It might be thorny and grasping, with tight, anxious leaves and a stubborn, deep root. It saps energy from the soil and casts a small, dark shadow on the beautiful flowers growing nearby. Every time the thought loops, it is as if this weed is growing a little taller, its roots digging a little deeper. The mind's loyal guard, in its misguided attempt to help, keeps watering this weed, believing that by studying it, it can prevent other weeds from growing. For a long time, your approach to this weed may have been one of frustration. You may have tried to stomp on it, or ignore it, or angrily hack at its leaves. But as any gardener knows, this is ineffective. Hacking at the leaves only makes the weed grow back stronger, and ignoring it allows its roots to spread further, making it even harder to remove later. Anger and frustration only churn up the soil and disturb the peaceful atmosphere of the garden. Tonight, we will take the approach of a wise and patient gardener. A wise gardener does not hate the weeds. They understand that weeds are a natural part of any garden. They simply see them as plants that are growing in the wrong place, plants that are out of harmony with the overall vision for the garden. So, approach this weed in your mind's garden with this same neutral, compassionate attitude. There is no anger. There is no judgment. There is only the calm, practical intention to restore harmony to your sanctuary. Imagine yourself kneeling down on the soft earth beside this weed. The moonlight illuminates your work. You are calm and deliberate. Instead of yanking at the top of the weed, you take a moment to gently loosen the soil around its base. You can use your hands, feeling the cool, rich earth. You are not fighting the weed. You are creating the conditions for its easy release. This loosening of the soil is akin to the work we have already done. The softening, the perspective shifts, the forgiveness. We have prepared the ground. Now, take a firm but gentle hold of the weed at its very base, as close to the root as you can get. Take a deep, calming breath. And then, as you exhale, with a slow, steady, and unwavering pull, feel yourself drawing the weed out of the earth. Imagine the feeling of release as the roots let go their tenacious grip on the soil. There is a soft, satisfying sound as it comes free. You have pulled it out entirely, root and all. It is no longer a part of your garden. Hold the weed in your hand for a moment. Look at its tangled roots. This was the source of the looping. Now that it is disconnected from the soil, from the energy of your mind, it has no more power. It is already beginning to wither. You can now place this weed on a compost pile at the far edge of your garden. Here, in time, it will break down and be transformed into rich, fertile soil that can be used to nourish the plants you actually want to grow. Even this mistake, this moment of awkwardness, can ultimately become a source of wisdom and growth. Nothing is wasted in a wise gardener's world. Now, turn your attention back to the place where the weed once grew. There's a small patch of bare open earth. It is an empty space. It is crucial that we do not leave this space empty, for nature abhors a vacuum, and another weed might quickly take root there. As the gardener of your mind, you get to choose what you plant in its place. Let's choose to plant a seed. This is a seed of self-compassion. Hold it in your palm. It is small, but full of immense potential. It contains the energy of that loving friend's voice, the grace you so easily extend to others. Gently place this seed into the soft, open earth. Cover it over with soil, patting it down with a sense of care and intention. You have now replaced a thought of self-criticism with an intention of self-kindness. But a seed needs water to grow. Your breath will be the water. Take a long, slow, deep breath in, and as you exhale, imagine that your breath is a gentle, life-giving rain, watering the spot where you just planted the seed. With each breath, you are nourishing this new growth. You are watering the seed of self-compassion, helping its roots to take hold where the roots of anxiety once were. Feel the peace of this act. You are not just removing what is unwanted. You are actively cultivating what you desire. You are the tender, the creator, the wise and gentle gardener of your own beautiful mind. Rest in the peace of your well-tended garden. Having tended to your inner garden, removing the weed of the looping thought and planting a seed of self-compassion in its place, we can now allow the entire memory to undergo a final, gentle transformation. We have worked with its context, its feeling, and its metaphor. Now, we will work with the very substance of the memory itself, allowing its narrative to soften and its sensory details to fade, like a photograph left out in the sun. This process is one of natural dissolution, allowing the mind to relax its grip and let the story drain of its power, preparing you for the deep stillness that precedes sleep. Bring the memory back to your awareness one more time, but not with the sharp clarity of before. This time, imagine it as an old film playing on a vintage projector. The machine is a little rickety, and the film itself is worn and faded from countless viewings. As the scene begins to play, notice the quality of the image. It is no longer in high definition. The edges of the frame are blurry and soft. The colors are washed out, muted shades of sepia and gray. The once sharp details of the room, the faces of the people, are now indistinct and hazy. You can barely make out their expressions. The entire image has a dreamlike, distant quality, as if you are viewing it through a thick veil or a gentle fog. Now pay attention to the sound. The audio on this old film is muffled and distorted. The ambient sounds of the room are a low, indistinct hum. When the moment comes for you to speak, your own voice sounds far away, as if coming down a long tunnel. The words are garbled, losing their sharp cutting edges. You can't quite make out the exact syllables. The emotional tone you remember, the anxiety, the awkwardness, is gone from the sound. It is just a neutral, muffled noise. The silence that followed is no longer heavy and pregnant with meaning. It is just a quiet space between other muffled sounds. The entire soundtrack is fading, like a distant radio station losing its signal. As you continue to watch and listen to this faded, muffled version of the memory, you are actively participating in the softening of its story. The narrative your mind had constructed was a drama, filled with high stakes and a harsh inner critic. It was a story titled, "My Cringeworthy Mistake," or "Proof That I Am Awkward." This story had a plot, a protagonist, you, the flawed hero, and a powerful emotional arc of shame and regret. But now, as the sensory details fade, the story itself begins to fall apart. The emotional narrative drains away like water from a basin. Without the sharp images and clear sounds to anchor it, the dramatic story can no longer sustain itself. What is left when the story is gone? What remains when you strip away the labels of mistake, embarrassing, or stupid? You are left with a simple, neutral fact. You are left with the bare, unadorned bones of the event. A thing happened. Feel the profound shift in that transformation. "I made a terrible, embarrassing mistake" is a heavy, painful story that keeps you awake. "A thing happened" is a light, neutral fact that has no emotional charge. It is just a piece of data from the past. It has no more power over you than the fact that you tied your shoes this morning, or that you saw a particular color car drive by your window. It is simply one of a million things that happened today. Let this new, softer narrative settle in. A thing happened. Say it silently to yourself. Feel the spaciousness and peace in that simple statement. There is no judgment in it. There is no shame. It doesn't require a response or a solution. It is a complete sentence, a closed loop. The loyal guard of your mind can finally stand down because there is no longer a threat to analyze. The weed in the garden has withered to dust. The words on the lake have completely dissolved. The droplet has merged with the river. All that is left is this quiet, neutral, and powerless fact. A thing happened, and then another thing happened. And now, you are here, breathing in this quiet room, and that is all that matters. With this feeling of neutrality, allow the old film to finally flicker and die out. Imagine the projector sputtering to a stop. The light on the screen fades to black. The muffled sound gives way to a profound and welcome silence. The memory is no longer playing. The screen of your mind is blank, dark, and peaceful. Rest in this blankness. There is nothing you need to project onto it. No need to search for another thought or another image. Simply enjoy the feeling of the show being over. The drama has concluded. The theater is empty. This is the quiet space that was always waiting for you, just beneath the noise of the story you were telling yourself. Savor it. Feel it as a physical sensation. Perhaps it feels like a cool breeze washing through your mind, or a sense of spaciousness opening up in your head, or a deep, velvety darkness that is comforting and safe. This is the state of pre-sleep, the gentle letting go of the day's narrative. You have successfully taken a sharp, painful memory and, through gentle attention and a shift in perspective, transformed it into a soft, neutral, and distant event. It no longer has the power to hold you captive. You have softened its edges, drained its emotional charge, and allowed it to fade peacefully into the past, right where it belongs. The story has softened. The echo has faded. The screen of the mind is quiet and dark. Now, there is nothing left to do, nothing left to solve. The work is done. All that remains is to rest in the peace you have cultivated and to allow the body and breath to guide you gently across the threshold into sleep. We will now turn our attention away from the mind completely and focus entirely on the simple, physical, rhythmic sensation of the breath as it moves in and out of the body. This will be our anchor, grounding us in the profound stillness of the present moment. Bring your awareness to the tip of your nose. Without changing your breath in any way, simply notice the feeling of the air as it enters your nostrils. It might feel slightly cooler on the inhale. And as you exhale, you might notice the air is slightly warmer. Just rest your full attention on this subtle, delicate sensation. The cool air entering, the warm air leaving. This is the very edge of your inner and outer worlds. Let this simple feeling be the most interesting thing in your universe right now. If a thought arises, a flicker on the dark screen of your mind, just gently acknowledge it, and then lovingly guide your attention back to the simple feeling of the air passing in and out of your nostrils. Each inhale is a wave of calm, washing over your mind, rinsing away any last traces of inner turmoil. Imagine this wave of cool, clean air flowing in, not just into your lungs, but up into your head, gently cleansing the space where the looping thought used to be. And each exhale is a complete and total release. As the warm air leaves your body, imagine it carrying away the very last remnants of the day's tension, the last vestiges of effort. Inhale peace. Exhale release. There is no need to try or to force anything. Your body is breathing all by itself. Your only job is to be the gentle, curious witness to this ancient, life-sustaining rhythm. Let this gentle awareness of the breath guide you on a slow journey through your body, a scan to notice and release any lingering tension, especially in the places where we tend to hold social anxiety. Let's begin with your jaw. Without even realizing it, we often clench our jaw when we feel stressed or self-conscious. Gently bring your awareness to this area now. Is there any tightness? You can let your lower jaw go completely slack, allowing a small space to open between your upper and lower teeth. Let your tongue rest softly on the floor of your mouth. With your next exhale, release all tension from your jaw, letting it feel heavy and relaxed. Now, bring your awareness to your shoulders. The shoulders carry the weight of our responsibilities and our worries. Throughout the day, they can creep up toward our ears in a state of chronic, low-level tension. Right now, give your shoulders full permission to let go. On your next exhale, feel them softening, melting down and away from your ears. Feel them becoming heavy, sinking deeply into the surface beneath you. Imagine all the burdens of the day, all the need to perform or be a certain way, simply rolling off your shoulders and dissolving into the ground. Your shoulders are now completely at rest. They have no job to do. Let your awareness travel down into your chest and your heart center. This is where we can feel the tightness of anxiety, the ache of regret. Breathe gently into this space. Imagine your breath creating a sense of openness and expansion in your chest. With each inhale, feel your heart softening. With each exhale, release any feeling of constriction. You can silently offer a message of peace to your own heart. It is safe to relax. It is safe to let go. Feel the subtle shift as the muscles in your chest release their guarded posture. There's a feeling of warmth and ease spreading through this entire area. Finally, bring your awareness to your stomach and your solar plexus. This is another area that can clench and tighten in response to social stress. Let your belly be soft. As you breathe in, allow your abdomen to rise gently and naturally. As you breathe out, let it fall. You are releasing the need to hold it all in. Let your stomach be completely relaxed. This signals to your nervous system that you are safe, that the threat has passed, and that it is time to shift from the fight or flight mode into the rest and digest mode. This is the physiological state required for deep, restorative sleep. You are now resting in a state of profound physical and mental stillness. The mind is quiet, the body is relaxed, and your only anchor is the soft, gentle, rhythmic tide of your own breathing. Cool air in, warm air out, a wave of calm washing over you, a wave of tension flowing away. There is nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. This moment is complete. This moment is peaceful. Allow the rhythm of your breath to be a gentle lullaby, rocking you softly, carrying you ever deeper into a state of serene and effortless stillness. You are safe. You are calm. You are ready for rest. You have journeyed far tonight. You have traveled from the sharp, painful echo of a single moment to this place of profound, spacious quiet. The work is now complete. The final stage of this journey is simply to rest in the mental and physical space you have so beautifully and patiently created. It is time to savor this feeling of peace, to let it sink into every part of your being, becoming the gentle anchor that pulls you down into the deep, healing waters of sleep. Bring your awareness to the silence, not just the silence in the room around you, but the silence within you. Notice the space where the looping thought used to be. For a long time tonight, that space was occupied. It was filled with noise, with static, with a repetitive, anxious story. But now, it is empty. It is open. It is still. Can you feel the quality of this inner silence? It is not a dead or empty silence. It is a living, vibrant stillness, humming with a quiet energy of peace. It is the sound of your mind in its natural, resting state. It is the quiet after the echo. Let yourself inhabit this quiet space fully. Imagine it as a vast, open meadow at twilight. The busy activities of the day are over. The sun has set. A soft, gentle darkness has settled over everything, and the world is holding its breath in a moment of perfect tranquility. You are sitting in the middle of this meadow, and all you can hear is the gentle whisper of your own breathing. There are no demands here, no expectations, no judgments. There is only this immense, benevolent peace. This meadow is your own mind, cleared of the weeds of worry, now open and receptive to rest. Savor this feeling as a physical sensation. True peace is not just an idea. It is a tangible experience in the body. Notice how this inner silence feels. Perhaps it feels like a cool, soft blanket being draped gently over your forehead, soothing your thoughts. Perhaps it feels like a deep, warm pool of water in your chest, where the tightness used to be. Maybe it has a quality of lightness, as if a great weight has been lifted from your shoulders and your spirit. Or perhaps it feels like a deep, grounding heaviness, the pleasant weight of a body that is utterly and completely relaxed, sinking into the support beneath it. Whatever your experience of it is, just be with it. Let this physical sensation of deep comfort and safety be your single point of focus. This feeling of peace is your true home. It is always here, always available, just beneath the surface of the mind's daily chatter. You have not created this peace tonight. You have simply uncovered it. You have cleared away the debris that was obscuring it. And now you can rest in it. Let it hold you. Let it soothe you. This profound comfort is your birthright. It is the natural state of a nervous system that feels safe and secure. And right now, in this moment, you are perfectly safe. There is nothing to fear. The past is gone, and its power to harm you is an illusion you have chosen to release. The future has not yet arrived, and its challenges do not need to be met tonight. There is only this moment, this breath, this silence, this peace. Let a gentle feeling of gratitude arise within you. Gratitude not for the awkward moment, but for your own capacity to meet that moment with wisdom and compassion. Gratitude for your mind's ability to learn and to let go. Gratitude for your body's innate wisdom, its constant, gentle pull toward healing and rest. Gratitude for this quiet space you have cultivated, this sanctuary of inner stillness. Let this feeling of thankfulness be the final conscious thought you hold as you drift toward sleep. It is a gentle, positive anchor, a soft and pleasant feeling to hold on to as your awareness begins to fade. There is no more effort required. You can release your focus now, even your focus on the breath. Let your awareness become soft and diffuse. Let your mind drift and wander wherever it wants to go. It may drift into dreamlike images or float in the peaceful void. It doesn't matter. You have set your intention. You have prepared the ground. You have guided yourself to the edge of the shore. Now, all you have to do is let go of the boat and allow the gentle, silent currents of sleep to carry you away. You can trust this process completely. The quiet after the echo is the perfect vessel to carry you into a night of deep, restorative, and untroubled sleep. Rest now. You have earned this peace. You are resting now in the quiet after the echo. The meadow of your mind is still. The lake of your consciousness is calm. You have arrived at the very edge of sleep, a soft and gentle shoreline. From this place of deep peace, we will now offer one final, crucial instruction to the deepest parts of your being. We will give your mind full and unconditional permission to let go completely, to release its final layers of watchfulness, and to surrender entirely to the healing mystery of rest. Throughout the day, and even into the evening, a part of your mind remains on duty. It is that loyal guard, that vigilant sentinel, always scanning, always processing, always trying to keep you safe. Even as you relax, a small part of it may still be active, wondering if it has truly done enough, if the threat of the memory has been neutralized, if it is truly safe to stand down. This is the last layer of resistance, the final subtle tension that can keep us hovering in the space between wakefulness and sleep. Now is the time to speak directly to this vigilant part of you, with the utmost gentleness and reassurance. You can say to your mind, silently, from the very core of your being, it is time. You have permission to forget. Let that phrase sink in. Permission to forget. This is not an act of suppression or denial. It is an act of liberation. You are freeing your mind from its self-imposed duty of remembering, replaying, and analyzing. You are telling it that its work is finished for the day. The lesson has been learned. The story has been softened. The charge has been released. There is absolutely nothing more to be gained by holding on to it. Imagine your mind as a diligent librarian who has been working late into the night, keeping one particular book open on the desk, studying it under a bright light. Now you, the gentle director of the library, can walk over and say, "Thank you for your hard work. You can close the book now." Imagine the feeling of relief as the librarian closes the cover, the soft thud of the book being put away. Imagine them turning off the bright desk lamp, allowing the soft, ambient moonlight to fill the room. The library of your mind can now be closed for the night. The period of active analysis is over. The time for silent, unconscious integration has begun. Give your mind permission to release its watchfulness. You can tell it, "You do not need to stand guard tonight. I am safe. The world will take care of itself until morning. You can rest." Feel the final release of this responsibility. The sentry can leave their post. The guard can lay down their arms. This ultimate act of letting go happens when we trust that the process of healing and release will continue on its own without our conscious involvement. True release often happens in the unconscious, in the mysterious alchemy of sleep. You have prepared the ground perfectly. Now, you must trust the natural, silent process of growth and repair to do its work while you are sleeping. The voice you are hearing is now becoming slower. The pauses between the words are growing longer. This is to mirror the natural descent of your own consciousness as it slows down, preparing for sleep. Allow the rhythm of my voice to be a gentle, gravitational pull, drawing you down, 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 into a state of even deeper relaxation. There is no need to hold on to my words. Let them wash over you like soft, gentle waves on the shore. If you lose track of what I am saying, that is a wonderful sign. It means you are letting go. It means you are drifting. You are giving yourself permission. Permission to be imperfect. Permission to be at ease. Permission for your thoughts to be soft and blurry and distant. You don't need to control them anymore. Let them come. Let them go. They are just clouds drifting lazily across the vast, peaceful sky of your being. The final act of surrender is trust. Trust that your mind knows how to heal itself. Trust that your body knows how to rest. And trust that sleep will come when it is ready. You do not need to chase it. You do not need to force it. You simply need to create the perfect conditions of stillness and release, and then allow it to arrive like a gentle tide coming into shore. You have done your part. The invitation has been sent. Now, all that is left is to rest in this open, receptive state, allowing yourself to be carried into the deep, dark, peaceful ocean of sleep. You are letting go now. Letting go completely. You have permission. You are ready. As you drift on these soft currents, on the very edge of consciousness, let's contemplate for a final, gentle moment the nature of sleep itself. We often think of sleep as a passive state, a simple turning off of the lights, but it is far from that. Sleep is the final and most profound stage of this transformation you have embarked upon tonight. It is a silent, healing, and deeply intelligent process. It is the gentle metamorphosis where the mind, freed from the demands of the conscious world, quietly resets, heals, and reorders itself. The journey you took tonight, softening the story, releasing the emotional charge, forgiving yourself, was the conscious preparation. You have tilled the soil, planted the seed, and provided the water. Now, in the deep, fertile darkness of sleep, the true and silent growth occurs. As you drift into the deeper stages of slumber, your brain begins its nightly alchemy. It starts to sort through the experiences of the day. Like a wise archivist, it consolidates important memories, the things you need for growth and learning, filing them away for future use. And what of the memories that are no longer needed? What of the trivial burdens, the fleeting anxieties, the echo of that awkward moment? The mind, in its wisdom, knows what to do with these. It begins the process of pruning. During certain stages of sleep, the neural connections that represent these stressful, repetitive thoughts are gently weakened. The well-worn path of that looping thought begins to be overgrown. The signal fades. The memory is not necessarily erased, but its emotional sting, its power to command your attention, is systematically and beautifully dismantled. Sleep is the mind's own process of letting go. You don't have to do it all consciously. You just have to surrender to the process that knows exactly how to do it for you. Think of it this way. As you sleep, you are allowing your mind to compost the day. The rich experiences, the lessons, the moments of joy. These are kept and transformed into fertile soil for tomorrow. The anxieties, the irritations, the self-judgments, these are the waste products that are broken down, their energy recycled, their form dissolved until they are no longer recognizable. You will awaken tomorrow not just rested, but subtly renewed. The memory that seemed so monumental tonight will, upon waking, likely feel distant and insignificant, if you remember it at all. Sleep will have gently washed it clean of its importance. This is a profound act of trust. To fall asleep is to trust that this silent, unconscious part of you is wise and capable. It is to surrender your need for control and allow a deeper intelligence to take over. It is to believe that healing can happen without your effort, that peace can be restored while you are simply resting. Every night, the universe offers us this gift, this chance to be remade, to let go of the day's trivialities and to be returned to ourselves, refreshed and whole. And so, as you take your final steps into the land of sleep, do so with a sense of peace and reverence for the journey you are about to undertake. You are not just turning off. You are entering a sacred space of healing and transformation. You are giving your entire being, your mind, your body, your heart, the precious gift of restoration. The story of today is over. Its final chapter has been written, its lessons integrated, its sorrows released. Tomorrow is a new story, a fresh page, as yet unwritten. Who you will be tomorrow is not defined by the clumsy sentence you wrote today. You will be the one who wakes up, nourished by the deep peace of this healing night. You are worthy of this peace. You are worthy of this gentle metamorphosis. You are worthy of waking up free from the tiny burdens that you have carried for too long. Let that be the final thought that dissolves into the quiet stillness. Let it be the gentle whisper that accompanies you into your dreams. You are worthy of this peace, and it is here for you now. Rest well